feed a cactus. Alright, Q to eat the cactus. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become.
Yes, indeed. The shadow resides within you, great traveler. Seek your inner archetypes. You must make peace with them. Seek the 3 behelit stones, one black, one silver, and the last crimson. Let them guide you to the arched tree of life. You will find yourself there. Enter the labyrinth. The rest is up to you.
That's a really trippy background. Nothing has a stronger influence psychologically on their environment, and especially on their children, than the unlived life of the parent. We're already getting hit with some really heavy quotes in this game so far, but we've been given a task. Find 3 stones. Can I jump? Can jump. Nope, not onto the couch though. Look, see here, we have the Red Book by Carl Jung, which, as much as I love Jungian psychology, I have not fully read this book yet. I checked it out at the library, and it was so dense with such particular wording that I could not get through it for the life of me. Oh, somebody didn't finish their coffee. Okay. Such interesting artwork. Oh, is that a heart? You guys see that too? And it's fading away. That's an interesting psychedelic effect to have already. Look, the rain is also around the heart. That's really interesting. Oh, it's back. So it's on a loop. I wonder what that means. If that means anything. But our first task is to find 3 different color stones. That looks haunted. That looks so so haunted. Are there lights I can turn on? Oh, there's a heart. Hearts in the windows. I feel like I'm supposed to go outside. Oh, cool. Study room. And we have Lord Ganesha from Hinduism, which, if you're familiar with Jungian psychology, Hinduism was a huge inspiration to Jung. Oh, what's that say? Aeon, researches into the phenomenology of self. That one is also on my wish list. Wow. Oh, it's Hermes! Why is everybody clamoring for Hermes? Do you see the medicine staff and then wings on his head, which I'm used to the symbolism being wings on his ankles. More hearts in the windows. Control is an illusion. Well, like I said, we've already been getting some heavy and deep quotes in this game so far. Control being an illusion, like, yes, when you consider the entire world and other people in it, control is effectively the choices that you get to make and what influence you have over the world, but having perfect control over something isn't possible. Ooh, a recorder. Let's take that. Thank you. Can I access an inventory at all? I have no clue how to do that. But I guess if we're doing research and trying to understand ourselves, having a recorder during a psychedelic trip is a very good idea. Oh, pretty lady. I hope that doesn't TOS. My bad. I didn't know that was there. Terms of service. That seems like such a comfy bed. Okay, so let's not stare at the pretty artwork too hard. Hearts everywhere. I'm gonna see if we can go outside, because I think I've found everything in the house that I'm allowed to find. Ooh, I can run! Yes! I cannot open the door or turn on the lamp. Good to have you here, Rose, by the way. Thank you so much for moderating. I appreciate it. And again, if you have to go anywhere, don't worry about it. I can go outside. Should I put on my boots first? Boots? No. Outside we go. Where wisdom reigns, there is no conflict between thinking and feeling. So we got that quote earlier. And it is nice to be harmonious between thoughts. Cool. Progress is saved automatically, so that'll make future streams easier. Look at how pretty it is outside. Look at the flowers. Is this where I find the stones? Somewhere out. Who owns such a huge garden? Oh, it's like a castle. What is that? I have a lighthouse? So is there a beach nearby? I live in a castle with a lighthouse? That is the dream. Like, honestly, look at the stars. The artwork of this game is just... I'm already kind of blown away. If I had a better computer, I wonder if it would be more higher definition. Ooh, what's that over there? Run! Ooh, an audio log, and we have a recorder, so let's listen to what this has to say.
Stone speaks, being personified in himself, and says this: I am an orphan, alone, yet I am found everywhere. I am one, but I am contrary to myself, a youth and an old man at the same time. I have no neither mother nor father, because I must be lifted up from the depths, like a fish, else hold on the sky like the white stone. In the woods, in all mountains, I am walking about. Yet I lie hidden in the innermost of man. I am immortal for everyone, and yet I am not touched by the mutation of time.
I'm familiar with parts of that quote from Jungian psychology. I do live near the water. But that quote, honestly, as a system, a whole collection of identities in a body, that hits home in a very special way, because there are alters who are kind of untouched by present time. And then there are definitely alters that don't identify with having parents. But I think outside of the system connotations, that it kind of refers to an immutable internal sense of self and references to our exploration of the unconscious that we're doing during this game. I could probably sit here for a long time just watching the flowers, but I won't bore you guys with that. I love willow trees. Oop, where am I going? Where am I going? I have some frame rate stutter, so I hope that that's showing up okay in the stream itself. Oh, I found a shack. Wow. I want to live in a place like this. Can I go into the shack? Nope, I cannot go into the shack. Let me explore behind the shack before we check out that well back there. Oh, it's a mushroom, but we already ate some psychedelic cactus, so we're not going to eat more. I I don't even know if these are edible. I don't think they are. I'm vaguely remembering the name of the type of mushroom that has these colors, like Amolia or something like that, but don't quote me. Do your own research. There's so much back here. Can I play in the water? No, I cannot go in the water. There is a barrier at the water. I'm gonna head back to the house. Yeah, let's head back to the house and go check out the area by the well. The grass is so tall, it comes up to my face. So we have a well for fetching water. Roses says that the red mushroom with the white, red mushroom with white spots, yeah, is the fly agaric. Agaric? Thank you so much, Rose. I can probably go out of that gate, but we found one of the stones because when we took the mushroom, there was a female voice that told us find a black, red, and silver stone. That's not English. But I think we've walked all the way around the house and I haven't seen any other stones. Unless it's way out there in the forest. Oh, some stuttering and frame rates. I might have to do something about that during intermission. Which, for our viewers, we intend to take an intermission about an hour into stream. I cannot go into the lighthouse, which is a good time for everybody to get up, stretch, get some water, have a snack, check out other streamers if that's what you want to do, because I'm not the only one here. All of the windows have hearts in it. That's a really subtle psychedelic effect. So I think we explored everything. I'm gonna... Into the labyrinth we go! Yes! The privilege of a lifetime is to become who we truly are. Stop hitting me in my soul. Nigretto, Dark Night of the Soul. Oh, so I did a little bit of reading about that. The Dark Night of the Soul is a reference to like when you are in a life crisis kind of situation. Like when you're just absolutely at your darkest hour, like when like the depression is just way too heavy. It's talked about in a few places. There's butterflies all around the candles, but I can't light them or anything yet. Hopefully the labyrinth doesn't change as I walk through it. Oh, we gotta unlock the door. Okay, so... Ooh. The stuttering of the game isn't going to help me navigate the labyrinth any easier. So we're taking a left. Ooh! Are you guys ready for another audio tape? I am. Let's let's fill our brain with more things to think about. Okay. Let's play while watching the pretty moon.
Fully wrestle with it, to integrate it. This is the thing. It's not so much to cast and obey. This is to transmute it. And you can see the difference between people who have done that and people who haven't. This is so weird. Because the people who haven't integrated their shadow are naive. Someone who hasn't integrated their shadow, their nature, the martial arts open. There are dangers, but they don't have to. Their presence radiates the potential for havoc.
So this kind of touches on shadow work, which some communities that identify as witches or spirituals and things like that have this type of psychological practice that they call shadow work, where you go in and get familiar with the darker aspects of yourself, or what we call dark. So it might be like, some people do struggle with like thoughts and urges of hurting others, and for some people that's a self-protective measure. Like, I know that I am capable of doing serious damage to somebody else, so I'm going to do everything I can to be kind and patient and to set boundaries. So what they said here in this quote, that they have this sense of chaos about them, like they're dangerous, but they're not. That resonates with me a bit. And anytime, if any of these quotes make you guys want to talk about it more, please let me know. I can even pause the game. Oh, we're back at the door. I can even pause the game and jump into just chatting, so that we can talk about it in depth. Oh, another dead end. Where am I going? Through this labyrinth. Where are we going? Through this labyrinth. Did the labyrinth change? So, do we go down the middle path already? That's a dead end. Left or right? We're gonna exhaust as many lefts as possible. Because who wants to be right? Okay. The vines are really pretty. Is that poison ivy? Going through the labyrinth, going through the labyrinth, we're going through the labyrinth. It's a little wet. Pine cone! Yeah, there are pine trees nearby. That checks out. Roses said nope. Nope to the I don't want to talk about it right now. Let's see. I'm already lost. I'm already pretty lost in this labyrinth. Where am I going? There's a light over here. And another door. Do we enter the door? I think we're gonna go through the door. We're going through the door. We're doing it. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. So we're gonna get a lot of repeated quotes. Oh, okay, I had not done the middle path before. Oh, there are people here. Is this part of the psychedelic trip? The middle path was the way to go. Which makes me think of another thing. I did dialectal behavior therapy, and they talk a lot about the middle path. Like, you don't want to be too extreme into emotion, and you don't want to be too extreme into logic and reasoning. You want a good balance between the two. Let's talk to the lady first. She's wearing some clothes I admire. Hi, can we talk? We can talk. You got nice earrings. Are you doing okay? You seem chill. Oh, that gave us a stone. A red one. Wow, so that was a pretty great introduction to talking to Shadow. Like, even with good intentions, sometimes comes another side of it. And I personally can relate, and I don't know if anybody in chat can relate, but I definitely had to do a lot of work on myself to realize, am I genuinely doing this to help them? Is it purely altruistic, or am I doing this in hopes to have some kind of control over the situation? Because as a trauma survivor, I learned to take care of other people's needs so that their emotions wouldn't spill over and negatively affect me. And that conversation we just had with this character who identifies as a caregiver really hit home on that level. And as a system as well, we have alters who are identified as caregivers. And I'm not going to bug them too much about it, but I am going to probably ask more questions about the roles that they play and what their intentions and thoughts are behind it, just to be aware. In this conversation, we changed her mind, and she realizes that she is stunting this boy from living his own life by trying to provide for his needs in a way that he'll never leave her. I wonder if we can talk to him. We can talk to the child. Okay, alright. Let's do this.
I'm your inner child. Nothing. I just want to play. It's fun. I can do it all day.
Playing is fun, but don't you feel a little bad
No, quite the opposite. I just love running around and playing. Yes, sometimes I get lost, and that's no fun. I get scared, so I have to stay guarded. I call out, and the caregiver comes to rescue me. I don't know what I would do if she abandoned me. Just thinking about that makes me want to cry.
Is there something I can do to make you happier?
Sure, don't never grow up. When you grow up, your heart dies, and you won't be fun to play with anymore.
That gave us another stone. And another talking point. Personally, as a system, we don't think it's healthy to be productive all day. There definitely absolutely needs to be a balance. And talking to the inner child in this situation, the inner child is worried, like, your heart's gonna die. Like, you're gonna stop having fun, you're gonna stop feeling connected to people. So don't do that. So I think there needs to be a balance struck. Absolutely. And it's great that the inner child knows to call for the caregiver. Because, again, as a person with dissociative identity disorder, we have a collection of identities inside of ourselves, and being able to reach into our internal resources for self-care and reassurance and even guidance in problem solving is absolutely invaluable. So here we know that the caregiver and the child both have a connection, and I'm hoping that our talk with the caregiver will keep her coming to the child when the child is distressed, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't think she would abandon him, but she might give him a bit more freedom and stop some of the codependency enabling behaviors. Oop, some stuttering and lag. We got some pretty yellow flowers in here. Okay. So we found 2 stone fragments. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. Dark night of the soul. That squirrel is carrying a walnut, and the walnut is hovering. The squirrel, where are you going? I don't think we're supposed to follow squirrels. I'm not sure. But I think this is the only direction we can go anyway. No? I'm not sure which direction we came from. I'm pretty sure we came from this direction, because I remember turning a tight corner. So we're going to take path number 2. So we found stone fragments. I don't know if we need to find, like, enough fragments to fill up the stones, like to make a full... I am not sure. Okay, we can only go this way. And this way. Oh, it's wet again. Because we saw it when we were in the house that it was raining outside. But it seems to have stopped raining. It's still pretty foggy. We found another one! Okay. This game is very audio heavy. So, chat, if you can let me know if there's any issue with the audio, I will do my best to fix it right away. And, I tend to talk a lot during games, and I'm doing my best not to talk over these scenes where we're listening to the audio or talking to the caregiver and the inner child and whoever else we're going to meet during this psychedelic trip through the labyrinth. Audio log number 3. Rose cannot hear any of the game audio. Okay. Rose is letting me know that none of the game audio can be heard. So if you guys don't mind me taking a moment, I'm going to fidget with some things. Because that's kind of awkward. If you can't hear any of the game audio, and I'm just sitting here silent as heck, not reading any of it out. Because I can change to reading it out if me making these adjustments doesn't work. So I am adjusting some of the game thresholds, and back to the game. There are some ambient noises. Like crickets. Crickets are the most predominant ambient noise. So, chat, can you let me know? Can you hear anything now? Can you hear me now? Okay, great. Thank you so much for letting me know, because, yeah, I've been absolutely silent during the narration scenes because each one has its own voice. So this will start sounding a bit better now. I think I didn't miss any turns up here. We got the... Oop! Oh, I clipped through the wall. Yeah, so we just found an audio here. So let's backtrack. And, I'm gonna try to walk a little more fast through some areas that we've already walked through. But I'm not doing a lot of the running because the game does have a bit of a lag. Like that was confusing. Just a wee bit of a lag, and when we take intermission, I'm gonna check that out. So I think we just went through this door, right? Yes, you have already visited this place. Thank you for letting me know, game. Wow, I really want to be out in nowhere where the galaxies are that bright. That would be amazing. Okay. So, I was never good at mazes to start with, and I just realized that I can use the lighthouse as an orientation method, but I don't think I'm going to retain it that well. Honestly, like, my brain just 404s on remembering where we've headed, so that's a dead end. Oh. That's not a door. But there was something chained up at one point. That's... Oh, I can enter. It is a door. Okay. Your visions will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Ooh, I could not finish that. I did not finish that quote. I'm sure it'll show up again, though, because a lot of the quotes are repeating. And, oh... Okay, so before we talk to this fellow, we're gonna analyze the room a little bit. This is pretty obviously a child's room, and it's in absolute disrepair. The windows are off their tracks. Don't worry, I'll talk to each archetype in this scene. Don't worry, I'll talk to them. So I don't know if this is like the child who's grown up and came back to their room, or if this is an upset parent figure. So let's get to know this person.
Hello there. Who are you?
I am the orphan, alone in the world.
And what do you want most out of life?
To belong, to fit in.
Why is that important to you?
Isn't that obvious? I don't want to be left out. I wouldn't know what to do. I need other people. I am alone in the world.
But you're not alone. There are people that care about you.
Do I? Yeah, sure. Who would want to be friends with me? I don't know anything. People forgot about me. They use me and throw me away. I am nothing.
No, you aren't. Look, you are inside the labyrinth. That means you're on the hero's journey. That's important. Focus on that.
Stop! You don't know anything about me.
Of course I do. You're part of me after all. And if we want to get through this thing together, we're gonna have to work together.
But I don't know if I can do it. Look how deep the labyrinth is. Wouldn't it be better if we just didn't try this? I would rather stay where I am.
We can't be afraid to take a step towards that makes us uncomfortable. Come on, I'll show you how to do it.
Alright then. I will try. No one ever supports me like this. So, this is quite a surprise. Thank you.
Alright, we found another stone fragment. And this is a specific archetype in Jungian psychology of the orphan, which I'm going to make a lot of references to being a person with dissociative identity disorder to being a system, as we call ourselves. There are alters in the system who feel a lot like the orphan, that kind of fulfill this archetype of like, I feel forgotten by everybody, and I think a lot of people, especially dealing with mental health issues, can kind of relate to this. Like, this person didn't message me on my birthday, this person hasn't checked in on me in so long, this person didn't say anything when I said I was having a hard time, or this person didn't congratulate me when I had something to celebrate. And in a sense, this becomes self-protective in ways of, I'm not even going to bother with people because then I just get used. I don't feel genuine connections with other people, so I'm not going to bother anymore. And at the beginning of the conversation with the orphan archetype, the character that we're playing said that's not true. There are people who care about you. And the orphan archetype basically said, you don't know me at all. And in our experience doing shadow work, and even a therapy called internal family systems, where you get to know your own inner parts, it's not DID specific. It's pretty much for anybody who benefits from it. But getting to know your own inner parts, you don't necessarily want... You want to help them understand present reality and invite them to come with you and help them navigate, feel comfortable, feel safe. Let them know that you're on their side. Like, you're not against them. But you also can't always expect that you have to change them, because when you go in and you argue with somebody who's in this state, or like a part of yourself that's in this state, and you argue with them and you tell them like, oh, that's not true, just outright, they might feel invalidated. Like, you need to hear from their side and be like, you know, we can do this together. And I really liked that, and that it had a positive effect on the orphan archetype here, that I will go with you, we can do this together. And the archetype was like, oh, nobody supported me that way, thank you. That was nice. Let's get out of here. No matter how isolated you are, how lonely you feel, if you do your work truly and conscientiously, unknown friends will come and see you. Okay, so far we've met 3 archetypes. And as a warning to chat, in about 10 minutes, we're going to take an intermission break. Get up, stretch. I'm going to get some more coffee, personally. Shrimp Army Games! welcome in. It's really great to see you in here. I don't know if you were listening already, but I just let everybody know in about 10 minutes we're going to take an intermission for about 5 minutes to get up and stretch. And yeah, if you want an update on how far we've gotten in the game and what's been happening so far, just let me know. And I will do my best to summarize. I think I'm gonna go this way. I saw a cage. Nothing there. What is this? I cannot interact with it. A summary. Okay, so at the beginning of this game, the character that we're playing wants to get to know his shadow, and a doctor gave him a psychedelic cactus to eat. And as soon as we took this cactus, we heard a feminine voice tell us that we need to find 3 stones, 1 red, 1 black, 1 silver, and that will lead us to our quote-unquote true self. So far we found 1 silver stone, and we found several different audio recordings that we've been listening to. And we also have met 3 different archetypes, because as we are traveling through this labyrinth, we're getting to know parts of our inner self, or parts of this character's inner self. We met the caregiver, had a chat with her. She genuinely wants to help people and cares for them and wants to provide for them, but then she has this other aspect to herself where she believes that if she provides everything somebody needs, they will never leave her. So we had a chat with her about that, and that she might not be doing what's best for people by basically enabling and being codependent, that she might be holding some people back. And she mostly takes care of the inner child who we talk to. And the inner child wants us to never grow up, because the inner child is concerned when you grow up, your heart dies. So we talked with the inner child a little bit about that, and we just now left the inner archetype of the orphan. And the orphan was in this room that looked like a child's room that was completely abandoned and in disrepair. Like the windows were off their tracks and everything. And the orphan felt like he was abandoned by everybody, and that it wasn't worth getting to know people because he would just be used. So far, this is like a really psychological deep dive into different aspects of what people might be experiencing, and specifically what this character is experiencing. At the end of the conversation with the orphan, we talked to the orphan about we are in this together, and you can come with me and I will walk with you. And the orphan was like, wow, nobody has ever supported me in this way. Thank you so much. So we are still continuing our journey through the labyrinth to meet more archetypes and to find more audio recordings. So I don't think we've been in here. Where wisdom reigns, there is no conflict between thinking and feeling. Oftentimes when there's an intermission, like a scene change or anything like that, these quotes will show up, and some of them are very, very repetitive. Which I think is fine, because as people come in, they can be newly introduced to some of the quotes, but anybody who's been watching from like the beginning, it might get a little repetitive. Like, okay, why are you reading that out loud again? We've already read that one. So this room is different. The first room with the caregiver and the inner child was a garden. Then the orphan was in a very disheveled child's room. Oop, we do have some lag and jumping issues, which I might fiddle with during intermission. See if I can change the settings. Okay, there's not a lot in here. So let's talk to who this archetype might be. Very good bamboo cutter.
Alright. Who are you?
I am the warrior.
The warrior, huh? Well, what do you want?
To win!
Why is it so important to win?
All I want is simple, to have my own way.
And why is having your own way so important to you?
Because my way is the best, and others are weak.
Why do you assume that everyone is weaker than you?
Look at them. That's all you need to do.
But I don't think that everyone is weak.
Oh, they are. They have no discipline, no willpower. They listen to their every impulse, these weaklings.
Why is it bad to listen to my impulses?
Because it gets you nowhere. You will stay a nobody for the rest of your pathetic life. No status, no power. No threat to anybody, just a weak coward.
Wait, do you think that I'm a coward?
Yes.
Okay, that's a bit harsh, but tell me what I can do to bring more of your energy into my life.
Stop being pathetic. You have to figure that out for yourself.
But I really don't know, and I do want to change. So what should I do?
Do. Just start doing instead of your pathetic thinking. Now leave me be. I have more important things to do.
Cool. We found another stone fragment. Which my theory is that, like, we have to put these fragments together. Honestly, talking to each of these archetypes reminds me of specific altars in our system as a DID system, and we've definitely had talks like this with our protector types, like, can you just stop overanalyzing everything and just do the thing? I am tired of having to plan out every little contingency that could pop up. Let's just do the thing. But I think the whole journey of this is to incorporate all parts in a balance. And sometimes you can overthink, spend too much time on it. But he was kind of rude. The character was like, well, that's a bit harsh. And that's a complete mood. Shrimp Army Games. I think I saw on your bio your name is Natalie. True. Very true, but yeah, rude. It was rude. It was very rude. We are going to take that intermission. It's been about an hour since we started streaming. Cool. Natalie it is. Yeah, so I think right here is a good time to pause. We should come back in about 5 minutes, so take the time to drink, stretch. Lurkers are incredibly welcome. There is no requirement to participate in chat while you watch. Yeah, so we will see you all soon. Feel free to talk among yourselves in chat if you feel like it. Again, no pressure. Be back in 5 minutes.